Hello, my name is Bethany, and I would like to share with you a practice for connecting with our heart space, starting a conversation with our hearts, and friendly backbending. Let's get started. Find yourself in a comfortable shape. You do not need a mat, y'all. You can do this on your bed. You can do this on the rug, on the floor. From this space, you can begin to land your hands on your body somewhere that feels comfortable. And begin to bring your attention to your heartbeat. You will feel your lungs breathing, and you will become aware of the dance and the support system that comes between our lung tissue and our heart space. So as our heart beats and our lungs breathe, they create a little massage for each other. Settle into that space. And here you can begin to float some questions out to your heart. And these questions do not need to be answered right now. How are you feeling? How can I support you? Is there something you would like to tell me? And you can continue to rest your hands on your body, or you could take your fingertips to touch somewhere over your body. And with your fingertips touching, if you've chosen that, you can begin to feel your pulse and your heartbeat in your fingertips. And explore the lightest touch that you can possibly have. And still feel that strong beat of your heart. When you are ready, you can let that go. It does not have to be this minute. And if your legs are long, you can bend your knees. With your knees bent, begin to drop your knees side to side and find a pace that works for you. Your pace does not have to be symmetrical. You could be on one side longer than the other, in other words. If you need to move your feet around, if your feet feel like they're too close together or too wide apart, please do that. Find the space where your body sighs in relief. Like, yes, that is the spot. And I thank you for taking the time to find that spot. The next time your knees are to the right, you can leave them here. Take a few rounds of breath in this space. As always, you can move your feet for more comfort. When you're ready, see if you can float your left arm up. And swing your left arm down and then across your body, possibly rolling a little bit to the right, and reach. Swing your left arm back. As your left arm goes back where it started, let your knees float back up into the center. Drop your knees to the left. Allow your right arm to float up. Reach your right arm across to the left, possibly rolling a little bit. And then sweep your right arm back. Let it land. Bring your knees back into the center. And let's do this movement pattern at your own pace, side to side. And now we're rolling on the very back of our heart. I finished reading a book called Undrowned, and the author, Alexis Pauline Gumbs, calls this part of our back the dorsal fin, like the fin on a dolphin. Good. So what does the back of your heart space have to tell you? Good. The next time you're in the middle, you can pause, take a moment. When you're ready, drop your knees to one side, right or left, doesn't matter. We just want to roll into a tabletop shape. Take your time finding your tabletop shape. If you need padding under your knees, please take that. Let's curl our tail between our legs, and from this space, begin to round your back. Let your head drop last. Then lift your tailbone and let your back arch, offering your heart forward a little bit. Curl your tail and round up. Lift your tail and arch down. Your heart riding this wave. Good. The next time that you're curled into the Halloween cat shape, your heart is drawing back and up away from the floor. Stay in this shape. Let's take your bum towards your heels any amount. Allow your elbows to soften down to your mat. Look forward and offer your heart through this space in your upper arms until your arms straighten. So round like a Halloween cat. Press back, bum towards your heels, soften your forearms, look forward, offer your heart forward, move forward until your arms naturally straighten. And we'll do about one more like that. Gently reaching forward. Pause when you come back into that tabletop shape. Take a few rounds of breath here. How is your heart feeling? How is that dorsal fin area, that upper back area right behind your heart? When you're ready, come onto your belly. And if this is not comfortable for you, you can take some support underneath your body. So you could take some pillows underneath your body, blanket pile, just anything to get you higher, especially if your breasts feel tender, if your breasts are large. Yes, then you can just move forward until you're comfortable. You could also move your legs closer together, a little bit wider apart, till you find ease in your low back. Your hands can be anywhere, stretched straight and forward, out to the side, outside of your space, elbows bent and close in. Wherever you want them is fine with me. From here, you can feel your breath filling your lungs and lifting you on your inhale. And when you exhale, you can feel yourself drop back down into gravity. Our entire job here is to feel this movement on the waves of our breath. As you inhale, floating up, and as you exhale, soften down. A couple more rounds of breath like this. Beautiful job, y'all. When you finish, you can take your elbows and your forearms down and then maybe give yourself a little lift so that you look like this sphinx. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see me. So it looks like this. And again, your elbows can be wider. They can be a little more forward. So find what causes you ease. Yeah, the point where your body's like, yeah, that's what I want. From here, you can begin to shine your heart to one side. Your head will rotate with, but your head's not leading the movement. Come back through the center and shine your heart in the other direction. Beautiful. Can you imagine what your heart is seeing out in the future? A few more rounds of breath doing this rotation. If your head is leading the movement, try to unravel why your head wants to do everything. Take a rest, sweet head. The next time you come into the center, you could take a moment to feel. Land your hands where your elbows were. Yep. Come into a tabletop shape. If you're feeling a lot more energetic today, you can come into a downward facing dog shape. It looks like this. Find the shape that supports you right now where you are and take a few rounds of breath. When you feel ready, you can move into a sitting shape where your legs are in front of you. So if you've had the pillows on your mat or the blanket stack, you can actually sit on that stack, or you can take them away altogether. From here, windshield wiper your legs. See how that feels for you. The next time you windshield your legs to one side, take your opposite arm and reach that arm across so my arm and my feet are reaching in the same direction. And then come back through the center. Reach, spin your legs, reach your arm. Spin your legs and reach your arm. Good. And there are several other patterns we could add to this movement. One of them would be to roll a little so that your bum lifts up. Good. If this isn't for you, we have other choices. Nice. Getting into that side of our rib cage now, sides of our heart. Another option, if you're feeling energetic, would be to land and lift your bum. Your choice. When you feel satisfied, you can pause. Feel the sides of your heart now. How is that feeling for you? And when you're ready, you can take a shape where your knees are bent. Your fingers can reach behind you. They can also be facing the side. They can facing towards your bottom. So that one can be one direction and the other. It's really what feels good for you. The next time you inhale, float your heart up toward the ceiling. Can your shoulder blades slide down your back to support? And when you exhale, you can soften back down. So our hearts are peeping up. And maybe on the down, your heart wants to be a little more protected, and you can really round here if you'd like. It's your choice. If you're feeling a little more spirited today, a little excess energy you'd like to burn off, you could choose to press into your feet and your hands and lift your bum into a reverse tabletop shape and lower back down. So these two options are available for you. Choose the one that you really love. If your wrists are cranky right now, because this is a lot of weight bearing on our wrists, you could always move onto your forearms and let your wrists rest. Same movements of your choice. When you feel satisfied, you can find yourself in a seated shape. I'm a crisscross shape. You can be in any seated shape that you love. Yep, there is no wrong way to sit right now, or really ever. All right, let's circle. So I am feeling into all the space that we created in our heart today. Our heart is wild. It's in a cage. So it sometimes needs to remember that there's a lot of space here for it to dream and grow. Good. Pause. Let's reverse. Rolling on our sitting bones. You can let your head kind of move with you as well so that the top part of our heart can feel that it can just reach up as well. When you feel satisfied with the spinning, you've explored all of the space inside and out that you have created. Take a moment to rest. Let your heart beat come back into the forefront of your attention. You could bring your heart here over, your hand here over your heart space. You could also choose to bring your fingertips to touch the way we did in the beginning. How light can your touch be? And you can choose to rest sitting maybe with support against a wall. Or, of course, lying down is always an option for resting. Knees bent, legs straight. And I will encourage you to rest for as long as you want to. If you have a time constraint, I will tell you to set a timer so that your brain doesn't have to think about it. If you do not have a time constraint, rest until you're ready to move. Thank you so much, y'all, for your time today.